So today I thought I would give you a map tour of Milwaukee and Gladstone. They're a little overlooked, and a lot of times when people want that Southeast Portland vibe, but they don't want the Multnomah County property taxes or prices, we take them over to Milwaukee or Gladstone, and they are pretty happy with what they find out about it and end up buying there. So let's get after it right now. If you're new to our channel, hit the subscribe button, tap the notification bell because we're putting out content every week. We love building this community and dropping content on the weekly. So if you are making a move to the Portland area, don't hesitate to reach out. We love getting the reach outs, whether you email us, call us, or text us. We are getting a lot of them recently. It seems like people are making the move to Portland, and we would love to be a part of your journey. In today's video, we are going to jump right into Milwaukie, Oregon, or Gladstone. That's what this video is about, to introduce you to these two cities. One of them relatively small. Gladstone is just an itty bitty part of the map today, but Milwaukee is a pretty good size in general, which we'll show you. And we help a lot of people make the move to Milwaukee because it's a great option for if you're trying to get out of Multnomah County. We have a lot of people that they just don't want to be in Multnomah County, which is Portland proper. They love the idea of the east side, Sherwood, things like that, but they just don't want to pay the Portland property taxes or the Portland taxes in general. So it's really a good opportunity to look at the next best option. So we thought we'd give a little attention to that today. So let's jump right into it. So I have the map up here. It's a Google's map. You can follow along if you want, but you can see there's like an outline of red here. And that is the kind of the line where, Milwaukee starts and ends. So let's just start up here at the top. Now, we talk a lot about Sherwood. We've done a video on Sherwood. It's kind of a cult classic. We love Sherwood, but if you're priced out of Sherwood, or you don't want to be in Multnomah County for whatever reason, or maybe you do, but you just, you can't find what you're looking for, might I welcome you to Milwaukee, also known as MILWAUKIE, but we call it Milwaukee here in Oregon. And if you have trouble with the names of the cities, don't worry, a lot of people do. You'll get the hang of it. Let's just start right here. So if you love the idea of being close to Sherwood, you are literally just minutes from Sherwood. This is like right next door to it. If you take 17th, which is kind of our main street here, we'll kind of zone in here a little bit, but you can see Sherwood Moreland right there, so if you can't find what you're looking for in Sherwood and you're open-minded, then Milwaukee is another great option. So you come down 17th, which is the main road to get in and out of through to Sherwood. Highway 99 is another way to look at it. You have this area called Waverly Heights, which is very, very bougie, very high-end, a small, exclusive community of homes built back in like the 40s. Gorgeous, but you will be paying a serious price for those homes. It butts up against Waverly Country Club, which is also an exclusive golf community right on the river. It is gorgeous, but in today's video, we're not going to spend a ton of time on that because that's not what this video is about, is that community. But just to give you a little insight into where it kind of sits, the nice thing about Milwaukee is it does have a riverfront community. So a lot of people think when they're looking for riverfront homes that they should stick to Lake Oswego, Southwest Portland, but honestly, there are some great options on the river in Milwaukee. In fact, my great-grandparents used to live on River Road, which let me just kind of scroll down here, this little line here that you can see. River Road has a lot of really neat little houses all along the way of all different eras, mind you. And there's a lot of houses along the river there, and they're beautiful. And they can go for, quite a bit. So if you are looking for an alternative in terms of riverfront property, that's a great way, or even just being close to the river. Some people just like to be close to it so they can kind of walk down to it or, see it, that sort of thing. So highly recommend that River Road community area. But let's kind of go back up here to McLaughlin Boulevard. So McLaughlin Boulevard is the main Highway 99 going into Milwaukee. And if we were back up here towards kind of the, Sherwood area, then you would jump on Highway 99 to get into Milwaukee. Now, there's different parts of Milwaukee. It's kind of like a large city, but it's kind of, like up here on Lake Road. Up here, there's a lot of like older homes. There's Milwaukee High School. You can see it right there. There's a downtown area of Milwaukee that's super charming. Who doesn't love to be in downtown? Anything, right? They have some really cute little restaurants, coffee shops. You got a tattoo parlor here, but it's a really cute little downtown community. And if you like that older home feel, they've got a handful of properties around this area that kind of have that, east side vibe to it. A lot of houses have transitioned over the years. People have done a lot of work in them. And you're also really close to Highway 224. You can see that. Now, Highway 224 goes to downtown, kind of connects to Highway 99, but it also takes you out to the 205 and 82nd. So if you are looking at a commute of some kind that you need to get on I-205 going north or south fast, you can see kind of where that sits in relationship to Milwaukee. And a lot of people use 224 and then 213 is another area in Milwaukee that you can easily get to that highway. But kind of going back to the Lake Road area, there's no lake, even though it says Lake Road. But there's a lot of communities. I mean, a wide variety of communities, from the early 1920s, 30s, all the way up to the 90s. And again, I'm going to use the word eclectic because a lot of the housing is. You might have older homes mixed with a hodgepodge of 1990s build, 70s. You've got this Aldercrest Road, which kind of runs around. You've got, a lot of older homes. There's not a ton of new construction in Milwaukee. It's an older community. It's really one of the main cities in the, kind of the turn of the century. So you see a lot of 100-year-old homes mixed with, last 30, 40-year-old type homes. But at any rate, you do have a lot of variety. And with that comes a lot of pricing changes. So you can buy a house in the 400s and 500s in Milwaukee. Small, but you can find them all the way up to close to $1 million. Not a ton up to $1 million. You're going to probably look closer to River Road if you're kind of pushing towards the lake. But you can get a nice, decent house in the 600, 700, 800 in these areas, and you're not paying absorbent property taxes like you would if you were, say, in Multnomah County. And that's why a lot of people choose Milwaukee. They do have an anchor store called Fred Meyer's right here off Highway 99 in Milwaukee, also in the Oak Grove area. So you may hear about Oak Grove. It is technically Milwaukee, but some people still refer to it almost like it's its own city. It's not, it's Milwaukee, but some people will say Oak Grove, and that references this part of Milwaukee. And you've got a Walmart, you've got a lot of stores up and down Highway 99. You also have a lot of car stores like, Honda and Buick and all that. So if you're looking for a new car, there's a lot of that up and down Highway 99. It's kind of one of our areas on the east side where a lot of people go to buy their cars. And we've got, Goodwill over there. You've got Oak Grove Cinemas. I used to go there when I was a kid occasionally. They were playing the right movie at the right time. Remember those days when you would look around to all the cinemas that were closest to you and find which one was playing at the right time you wanted to go? Now you just stream it. At any rate, so up and down Highway 99, there's just a lot of different restaurants. Roke's, oh my goodness, I have to tell you about that. Roke's has been around for so long. It is a hot dog stand that serves amazing hot dogs like chili dogs and chili fries and all that stuff. We used to eat there all the time when I was a kid. Still around. But going down McLaughlin Boulevard, like I said, here we go. We're getting closer to those areas, as I mentioned. You've got DC Motor Company, you've got Tonka, Gladstone, Hyundai, Toyota, Gladstone, Honda, all these places in this general vicinity are really, Mazda. They've even got, they've just got a bunch of car dealerships in this particular area. It's always been like that and still is. So going up and down 99, it will take you all the way down and you'll cross over the Clackamas River. Now, before we go too much further, I want to slow down a minute because we just glanced over Gladstone and I didn't even say anything about it. So let's kind of scan out a little bit here. See where it says Gladstone? Gladstone is a tiny little city. I just pushed on it so you can kind of see the red line that goes all the way around Gladstone. It's not very big. And honestly, it's got a kind of a small downtown area. And then there's all these older homes right around it. These names like Hereford, Gloucester, Exeter, Dartmouth, Berkeley, they're all built around the same kind of era. So there's just it's all the same. But it's a cute little bungalow, small homes typically in this area. You're within walking distance of some stuff. You've got a a few amenities in the area that are kind of fun. It does feel a little bit like you're going back in time when you're in downtown Gladstone, because they still have a lot of buildings that haven't really been updated heavily, and you're kind of close to things. But you've got, you're really close to McLaughlin Boulevard, highway, also known as Highway 99 East. So, but again, you can see it's not very big. So there's just not a ton of options for housing. As you climb up into the top of Gladstone, you get closer to like Oatfield Road. You're going to see a change of the types of housing that you're going to see in here. But you're also really close in Gladstone to get on the 205. See, it's right there. And pretty much if you take the back roads through, Gladstone right here, Oatfield Road, out to Webster or Cason Road, you're right on the freeway. So it's super close, super duper close to the freeway system. But again, not a lot of options for housing. They're kind of all in the same vicinity. It's not a very big location. But it's cute. It's really cute. And prices are reasonable. You're, probably looking at $500,000-$600,000 on average for houses in there. That's called our affordable housing in Portland. If you can get the house in the 500s, you're doing pretty good. But kind of going back to Milwaukee, because we don't want to skip over too much of Milwaukee. It's kind of a larger area. I just want to pan out for a minute to kind of show you, again, if you push on Oak Grove, that's kind of the area just east of the McLaughlin Boulevard. And that's kind of the general terminology we use, or, River Road area. If you get closer to River Road, Oak Grove. And then above that is the Lake Road area, which kind of references off Lake Road, anything near the Lake Road area, which is close to the 224. And then as you kind of pan out, you can kind of see, let's go over here, because if we skipped over 224, there's still some more Milwaukee. It's kind of an interesting area. Like here's King Road area, which goes all the way to 82nd, which is kind of near Clackamas Center Mall. You've got Providence Milwaukee Hospital up here. You've got a shopping area in this zone. So kind of where the Walgreens is. This is kind of a shopping area, a hub, right off the 224 Milwaukee Expressway. They've got some New Seasons. Hey, New Seasons. They also just built the Trader Joe's in Milwaukee, which I know a lot of people are super excited about. We're very Trader Joe's friendly here in Portland. But you got your Walgreens, you got some fast food restaurants and so forth, Planet Fitness. So this is kind of one of the major shopping areas right off the expressway. And you're really close to that if you're kind of living in the Lake Road area, or you're kind of over here off of the King Road and Railroad area. There is a railroad here. And then all of this over here is Milwaukee. Let me see if I can pull up here. It goes into 205. So you can see here, there's Harmony Point, King Road that does transition to Portland, not too far away from here, but you're really close to Clackamas Town Center, which is the big mall on the east side of the river. Then you can take a lot of back roads through Milwaukee to get there. There's also a road called Johnson Creek Boulevard, a main road that goes from the 205 and then goes all the way out until you get to like Tacoma near Sherwood. So a lot of people take that road. Ardenwald, great location. Ooh, Elephant's Deli. I love me an Elephant's Deli. You can't go wrong with them. But this is also a great area. You've got Ardenwald Elementary School out here and a lot of older type homes, mostly older homes in Milwaukee, by the way. You've got little pocket areas of newer homes. There's not like really big subdivisions that are newer. And when I say newer, I'm kind of talking the last 25 years, just because Milwaukee was primarily an older community when it was built out. It was, back in the 50s, 40s, 60s. It was kind of considered the suburbs back then. And so, there's just a lot of, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s homes. And then it's like peppered in 90s, peppered in 2000s till now. So just not a lot of places to build, quite frankly. But you do get a lot of really nice older homes or homes on older lots. There's also a private school called LaSalle Catholic Prep School here. They are really good at sports, by the way. They usually kick everyone's butts, or a lot of people's butts. And it's a high school, by the way, LaSalle. So it's a Catholic high school on the east side, very well known, great school. They've got North Aquatic Park, Clackamas Aquatic Park over here. And like I mentioned, you're really close to Clackamas Town Center, which is just right here off the freeway. So really close to get to that, where they have a ton of restaurants. It's a massive mall. So that is the kind of the general of Milwaukee. So, a lot of people choose Milwaukee. It has a lot of the same feel as the east side. It's got kind of an urban, suburban feel to it. there's a lot of different locations within Milwaukee. I kind of showed you, like, it's not, there's kind of a main road running through Milwaukee called Highway 99. And then there's just offshoots of neighborhoods throughout either side of that go down to the river and then up towards Highway 224 and 205. But it's a great community. We find a lot of really great homes and housing in those areas, and people tend to love it. So if this is something that you have interest in or more questions about Milwaukee or Gladstone, don't hesitate to reach out. We know all about it. We sell there often. It's a great community, great neighborhoods, and good on the pocketbook. So we'll see you on the next video.